Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. You are in love with who? Is it Captain Olayinka Opebi? If it is Captain Opebi, tell him I will make his life miserable should he not leave my wife Queen Naomi alone. Oni continues to roar. What is this all about? A lot of you may be hearing this name for the first time, but I want to tell you as a blogger, this is not the first time I am hearing this name. If you have been following this trend, there was this news that broke out the other time about a year ago, or maybe 8 months ago, where they say there is this man who is head over heels in love with Olori Naomi. Now, we have had news like that over and over again. We heard about that Umbruken pastor, yeah? I don't know if you still remember Ade Muju, Abi Ade Bum Bum Bum. Yes, so we heard about that Umbruken pastor. Then we heard about the son that belongs to that king that happened to be that was not true. That wealthy king, and one of this Yoruba land, they said his son was going to get married to Olori Naomi, but no, that's not true. That man and Olori Naomi are very, very close friends. As a matter of fact, they've known themselves for a very long time. They never even had a relationship. So Olori Naomi is somewhat close to that family, so that is not true. Then we heard about one very rich Ekiti man before, and they said that man came one time, asked hand in marriage, Naomi did not agree. And that was when people started saying, like, look, if you're still in love with your husband, Omo, go meet your husband now, because she did not agree. So a lot of people agreed with her then that, okay, she needs to take her time before jumping into another relationship. We are talking about Olori Naomi. But if you're hearing about Captain Olayinka for the first time, no, as a blogger, this is not the first time I am hearing this name. Okay, so Captain Olayinka, if you have been following the trend, there was this time this news broke out. They said there's this very wealthy man that owns fleet of commercial airlines. He is a pilot himself. He is a Yoruba boy. He is called Olayinka Opebi. Okay, the guy is a big guy in the Redeemed Christian Church of God. Okay, comes from one very big, wealthy Yoruba family. We heard that he himself has got a daughter. That's the man. That man has always wanted Olori Queen Naomi. He loves Naomi. From what we are hearing, I know they not as me I hear and as I they tell now, okay? They said he loves Naomi so much. And they say of all of these plenty men that we have heard about, that is the only man that Olori Naomi seems to really, care about, okay? Somehow that they are friends, so that they have been friends. No talk say na me talk amo. Na so I hear and say they are friends. And no talk say they go out with amo. They say they are friends, okay? Friends, real friends, okay? But that is the biggest trait that the Ooni of Ife has got, okay? The guy comes from a wealthy family, but they say he created his own wealth inside his family. And he owns fleet of commercial airlines. I know this is not the first time you're hearing this. You've heard something like that before. So that man with that airline, that's the man that is called Captain Olayinka Opebi. So we are hearing that when Olori Naomi told the Ooni of Ife that she is in love with another, Ooni of Ife started blowing brimstone and thunder. Who the hell could that be? Is it Olayinka Opebi? Tell Olayinka that I'm going to make his life miserable, wanting, and all of that. But of course, later the Ooni of Ife is said to have said to Olori Naomi that, to Deji of Akure, that Naomi is just very upset because they say Naomi cried. She was on the floor, okay? Like she, when they are talking to the Ooni of Ife, they kneel down. And if you know Naomi very well, Naomi is a very respectful woman that was brought up very well, okay? So for some of us will be thinking because she's angry with her husband, she'll go and stand there and be saying, I don't want to be with you again. Don't just get the hell out of my life. Now it's not like that, okay? They say she knelt down before the Ooni of Ife, and she kept her face down when she told the Ooni of Ife that she was in love with another. Ooni of Ife first instinct, he wanted to roar like the lion of Oduduwa that he is. But Baba just say, this one no be roaring matter, na emotional matters. When it comes to emotional matters, you guys have got to be gentle. So he now told the of Akure not to bother about Olori Naomi. Our boss that Olori Naomi is always like that. When she is upset, she doesn't want to have anything to do with you. She tells you she is this, she is that she's nowhere, that Naomi loves him, that he knows Naomi loves him. But, Kabiyesi, this time you might have to think it through, because love, sometimes there is a way you will torture a woman in love, and in love, and in love, that love will disappear. There's nothing like love is blind these days again. Naomi has gone through so much. If Naomi does not feel bad about the things she has gone through by now, and I want to say she is an angel, because half of the women Naomi's age will not bear the things that Olori Naomi has bore already. Meanwhile, we heard that Ooni of Ife, as soon as Naomi said that she was no longer in love with Ooni of Ife, that the man nearly slummed, though. That the man's mind went straight to Captain Olayinka. And right now, Kabiyesi is under the impression that Naomi is somewhere hiding in one of those big captain's mansion somewhere there. But Naomi did not disclose where she was, and the mother did not disclose where she was. And the reason why, Intel is not able to tell Ooni of Ife where Olori Naomi is, it's because Olori Naomi had put off all her phone and everything. Now, Naomi is a very sensible girl, okay? If you remember, there was a time that, Naomi bought a house in Lekki before the issue of the royal mansion came up. If you have been following the trend, you will follow this. You will know. Now, Naomi, remember that time that Naomi left the Ooni of Ife and Naomi moved into her house in Lekki. And Ooni of Ife started saying Tade Nikawo was not going to stay in that house. That Tade Nikawo is a prince, is a first-class prince. Tade Nikawo cannot stay in a house that is not built by his father. That is an abomination. And Naomi should take Tade Nikawo out of that house. Because at the time, Ooni of Ife was thinking that the house was bought for Naomi by this very Captain Olayinka, okay? But it was later that we found out that Naomi had gathered resources and bought her house. Now, remember, when the issue of the royal mansion came up, they started saying that Naomi should sell the house, that except there is full commitment, there's always this hesitancy to draw back. People will advise, that when it comes to other people's problem, people know how to talk. She needs to sell the house. If she wants to be with her husband, she needs to sell the house. Blum, 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 blum. Olori Naomi says she is not selling any house. Now, that house is still there. You know who is staying in that house? It's Naomi's brother, Benro, that is staying there with the wife. They are the ones staying there. And the main duplex that is meant for Naomi is still there. Imagine Naomi had sold the house. But, this is not even in contention, because the royal mansion belongs to Olori Naomi. Papers and everything belongs to Olori Naomi. Nobody's even talking about that. But what we are saying now is that, that the royal mansion, Ooni of Ife will always come to the royal mansion. The royal mansion is also that of Ooni of Ife. So if Naomi gets to a point where she cannot even stay inside the royal mansion, by virtue of the fact that she cannot sell it, where would she have gone to? She would have gone to be paying rent if she had sold her house the way people advised her. But however, let's talk about the Dikoko on ground. Like Captain Olayinka, Kabiyesi is said allegedly, as it is rumored and speculated and making the rounds on social media. They say Kabiyesi has sent a message that if Captain Olayinka no one enter one hot chicken pepper soup, Captain Olayinka go leave Naomi alone. That they are looking for his trouble. He is king person, no supposed come near my wife. It's not a small something as we are hearing, my people. They're all right. It's not a small something, They said, Ooni of Ife said in front of the of Akure that if this drama that is going on is because of Captain Olayinka, that Captain Olayinka, he will make his life miserable. The problem be say Kabiyesi, you suppose to say the fault now from you. They come on. Kabiyesi o. Kabiyesi o. I remain loyal. Anyways, this is the gist I brought. I'm going to bring you more update. Do not forget, these are all alleged rumors and speculated information making the rounds on social media.